Hi, welcome to the channel. I ordered the Starlink Gen 3 service recently during the Starlink promotion, which offers no cost hardware rental. Uh, the satellite dish had arrived and had been installed on ground level, not on the roof, and had been working fine for a while. I want to show you how I installed the dish and why I did what I did. It should be helpful to you if you are thinking about installing Starlink, especially if you want to install it on ground level. Because I was looking for information like this when I tried to figure out how I can install the Starlink Gen 3 the way I wanted. This The goal is to focus on the ideas of how to do installation on the ground level and the rationales behind it, rather than all the details of putting the individual parts together. If you do need the details, please let me know. If you like to order Starlink Gen 3 service, there is link down below to order service, possibly with 1 month free. What you see now is the final installation. The dish has been surfaced for several weeks and has been working without a problem. I can get close to 200 megabits per second most of the time, which is the service I ordered. Let me say a few words about why I installed it this way. I watched quite a few videos about installation before I did my installation. Most of them use roof mounts, ridge mounts, or even mounting on the side of the house. I personally prefer not to mount the dish onto the house because it required first climbing out up a ladder onto the roof. It's time consuming and dangerous. And second, it requires puncturing the roof and then patch it. For me, this will limit the installation to area of the roof where I can observe easily if leaking is happening afterwards, and I have to verify it after several heavy rainstorms. I don't like that. And third, most of all, it is inconvenient. Mounting on the roof means every time when I want to access the dish, it will be a hassle. Starlink is a tech product. It is evolving. It is very likely I will update it within a couple of months or years. I may replace the Gen 3 with newer Starlink product or product from other company. I want to be able to access the dish conveniently at all time. So I decide from the start, installation on the roof is out of the question. Uh, Let me break down the build into parts so that if you want to install the same way, you can use similar parts or find something similar. The satellite dish is tied down to a used cutting board on top of a 6 feet tall treated 4x4 post. I used 4x4 because I happen to have it. This may be a overkill. 2x4, I think, should be strong enough. The 4x4 is secured with 60 pounds of cement in a flower pot. I used the plastic protection sheet from Lowe's to stop cement leaking when the cement was wet. Uh, so as you can see, it is still inside there. The one bag of 60 pound cement can be purchased in any big box store. Just mix the whole bag, no leftover. I really like that. The cement fills about 1/3 of the pot. I designed it that way because it is stable enough and also not too heavy, still mobile. And there is still space in the pot so that I can add weights to it if necessary. I was not sure at the beginning if 60 pounds is enough to stabilize the dish in the wind. So far, no extra weight has been needed. It is very easy to handle this, even if extra weight is required. If I need to service it, uh, I can just remove the weight first, leaning down onto the lawn, do whatever I need, and stand it up afterwards very easily. I don't need to climb up a ladder onto the roof. The pot is 16 inches in diameter and is not buried into the ground, so I can rotate it easily to align the dish. Right after the initial installation, the Starlink app guided me to align the dish by about 14 degrees or so. So I just rotated the base, the flower pot. Uh, Very easy. No need to adjust any screw. The size of the cutting board is 21 by 15 inches, made of plastic, so it will not rot. The size is determined by getting the Gen 3 dish CAD model from Starlink and do a projection downward to get the size. I used hand knobs and metal inserts as shown in the picture to tie down the clamps and, and the satellite dish onto the cutting board and then the cutting board onto the 4x4. Uh, I used two metal inserts onto the 4x4, inside 4x4. I choose hand knobs because they're convenient, easy to use. Also, there is a limited space under the antenna above the board, above the cutting board. It will be very difficult to use screws. I designed this clamping board as shown in the picture to clamp down the kickstand. This part is very crucial in order for me to use the kickstand as it is. I want to use the kickstand rather than buying another adapter because I know the kickstand will provide the right angle facing the sky. Uh, I don't want I don't want to worry about it. As long as I do my job, putting the kickstand on a horizontal flat surface, the angle facing the sky will be correct. The board is cut based upon the profile of a Gen 3 satellite dish. To obtain the dimension for the base of the Starlink Gen 3 kickstand, the CAD file is downloaded from Starlink and is put inside the object space, which is shown here. Starlink calls the model G4 standard, and I use the open version. But I still call it Gen 3, so don't be confused. So here's the model, almost flat on the surface of the stand, and then from there the top view is projected, and here's the top view. And this segment, the cross section of this segment here, is what I'm interested in. Okay, so I take a cross section view uh, along this line, and the cross section view is displayed here. And this little thing here in the middle is the object I'm interested in. It is enlarged over here. So the numbers I'm interested in and is this edge is from this edge and this edge, and this is another edge I'm interested in, and also the angles between these two lines, which is 124 something degrees, but eventually I use 125 degrees. So the number I used is let me see, 8 millimeters for this one, 9 millimeters for this one, and 10 millimeters for this one, with the angle here at 125 degrees. Using these dimensions, this board is created to clamp down the kickstand. Next, let me show you the possible obstructions in each direction from the installation. To the west, there are a few very tall trees. The trees are about 40 feet away, and it's, according to my estimation, it's about 100 feet tall. In the north direction, that's where my house is. My house is about 25 feet away from the installation. And the tip of the house is about 35 feet tall. And the distance from the installation to the base of the peak of the house is about 50 feet. To help me find out the angle of the obstruction by the peak of the house, I used the protractor. I put it at the cutting board and get the angle from the cutting board to the tip of the house. It is about 34 degrees as shown in the picture. The latitude of my location is about 40.42 degrees north. So what this means is even with 34 degree of obstruction, uh, it is still okay to install Starlink on the ground at my latitude. Okay, so you can take these two numbers as a reference to help you decide if it will work for you or not. Some words about the pre-service obstruction finder function in Starlink app. Before I ordered the service, I investigated the location in my yard using the obstruction finder. But frankly, it was not as helpful as I like it to be. The results varied on different day. I got mixed messages. And today I had used the Starlink for a couple of weeks already, and I can see the real coverage obstruction map. It is clear that it takes a while to generate the information. So to me, the pre-service obstruction finder function can't provide the real obstruction information within 30 seconds or 1 minute. Uh, when I used it, it instructed me to find a new location on one day, and the next day it says there will be 1 second interruption for each hour. Uh, Eventually, I decided to go ahead, just install it and see what happens. I'm glad I did, um, and I'm glad it is working. Okay, that's all. And hopefully this will help you to make your decision. And have a nice day.